Most women were never taught how to be strong. They were taught how to be good, be patient, be understanding. Be the one who holds everything together without asking for anything in return. And for a long time, you believed that was enough. That if you gave enough, loved enough, sacrificed enough, it would come back to you. It didn't. You gave everything. And some of them still treated it like it was nothing. And now you're here. Not angry, not bitter, just done. Done shrinking, done over-explaining. Done pouring yourself into people and situations that were never going to fill you back up. These are the 10 laws that build what comes next. Law 1. Stop explaining yourself to people who have already decided. There is a version of you that still believes if you find the right words, the right tone, the right moment, they will finally understand. They will finally see you clearly. They will finally give you what you deserve. They won't. The Stoics understood that you cannot reason someone out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. Some people have already decided who you are. Explaining yourself to them is not communication. It is a performance for an audience that has already written the ending. Say it once, clearly, then stop. Law 2. Your softness was never the problem. Misplacing it was. You were told your whole life that being sensitive was a weakness, that caring too much made you fragile, that your depth was something to manage rather than something to protect. That was wrong. The Stoics believed in virtue, and compassion is a virtue. But virtue directed at people who cannot receive it is not generosity, it is waste. The woman who has learned to place her softness carefully, who reserves her depth for people and things that are worthy of it, is not cold, she is precise. She is intentional, she is in control. Law 3. Feelings are information, not instructions. You felt it, the unease. The quiet signal that something was wrong long before you had proof. The way your body knew the truth before your mind was ready to accept it. The Stoics called this the inner faculty, the part of you that perceives reality without distortion. Most women have it in extraordinary measure. The problem is not that you don't feel clearly. The problem is what you do next. Feeling something does not mean you must act on it immediately. It does not mean you must confront, explain, or fix it right now. Let the feeling inform you. Then decide from clarity, not from pain. Law 4. Needing less from people who give little is not coldness, it is self-preservation. At some point you started needing less, not because you became cold, because you got tired of needing things from people who consistently showed you they couldn't provide them. That is not a character flaw. That is awareness. The Stoics believed in focusing your energy on what is within your control. Expecting warmth from someone who has repeatedly shown you they don't have it is not hope, it is self-punishment. Stop going back to the same empty well. Law 5. The relationship that requires you to disappear was never built for you. You edited yourself. You softened your opinions. You made yourself smaller, quieter, easier to be around. And it still wasn't enough. Or it was, but only because you had already removed everything that made you, you. The Stoics believed that a life lived according to someone else's image of you is not a life, it is a performance. And a performance is exhausting because it never ends. There is no version of this story where you shrink yourself into someone's ideal and find peace at the end of it. The right relationship expands you. If it is contracting you, that is your answer. Law 6. Silence is not weakness. It is the most disciplined response you have. When they pushed, when they provoked, when they said exactly the thing designed to pull a reaction out of you, and you said nothing. That was not you losing. That was you choosing. The Stoics understood that the person who controls their response controls the entire dynamic. Reaction gives power away. Silence reclaims it. Your silence is not absence. It is control. Law 7. Forgive completely. Trust selectively. Never confuse the two. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. It is not an invitation back. It is not pretending what happened didn't happen. Forgiveness is the decision to stop carrying what they did inside your body. The Stoics were clear: carrying resentment is carrying a weight that only you feel. Release the weight. But don't forget what it taught you. Law 8. Stop waiting for an apology that is never coming. You know the one. The conversation that never happened. The acknowledgement that was never given. It's not coming. And the longer you wait for it, the longer you stay attached to something that already ended. You don't need them to understand. You just need to decide that it's over. Law 9. The woman you are becoming will not fit every space you used to occupy. Some people will not be comfortable with this version of you. Let them. Growth requires shedding, not loudly, not dramatically. Just the quiet decision to stop participating in what no longer fits. You are not the same woman you were. Stop apologizing for that. Law 10. Build something that belongs only to you. Not for validation, not to prove something. For you. A woman who is building something real, something that is hers, becomes untouchable. Not because nothing can hurt her, because she no longer depends on what can be taken away. Build that, protect that, and don't go back. You were never too soft. You were just too generous with people who didn't know what to do with what you were offering. That changes now, not with noise, with clarity, with discipline, and with the quiet decision to never go back to who you were before you knew better.